Welcome back to D&D, everyone. So, last week, you had made an excursion into the sewers to see if you could fix it, and unfortunately failed, as you saw it was a lot more work than expected. Uh, while simultaneously, Fiffle and Lucian went to go find some records of the sewers, got drunk, threw some poop into the Count's yard, got arrested, almost escaped but got caught, and then had to pay a fine to be let out.
Oh,
It
I forgot about the
is,
fine.
yeah, it was actually more than a fine. They actually robbed you. But currently, it is about 2 p.m., I would say. Having spent several hours going about this. So everyone is back on the street.
Piffle looks like he's plotting revenge. He's also pretty haggard looking.
Much like a slightly less than put up clown.
Correct.
Everyone else is coming back from uh, the sauna.
We're nice and clean.
Yeah, we had a nice bath. Then again, we got covered in shit.
But then you touched a ball that cleaned you.
I did touch a ball.
Well, no, it's still. I think it's
I
still left
find usually the opposite effect.
I think it was it like got rid of the particles, but we still reeked.
You still, yeah, it was like you weren't the cleanest, but you did in fact get your clothes cleaned.
Yeah, it like instantly took it down to gunk.
To manageable.
Yeah.
Hey guys, look at Chungus. He's a model now.
But, yep, you find yourself out on the street.
Stupid
You
street.
are really nowhere near each other. Lucien went to go get a drink, not having learned his lesson.
Dirty. Sorry.
I don't think
Piffle's head
Lucian.
hurts too much for that.
I don't think Lucian will ever learn his lesson. Let's be fair. Maybe he's looking for another Rebecca.
Well, he did in fact leave Rebecca back in Telva. Chungus is deep in thought as he thinks about pie. What's everyone else doing?
So we're not together at all, right? Like, well, it's
No.
me, Chungus, and Graham.
Yeah, you guys are on the south side of the city, and Lucian and Fiffle are on the north side.
Where's the
So
library?
I'm gonna start making my way back towards like where we were.
Lucian, having somehow acquired and consumed a pint, is following somewhat soused behind you.
And an inanimate object could like rob Lucian at this point.
He's not exactly here, quite literally. But what's everyone else? What's Graham, Otto, and Chungus doing?
Well, we could go check out shops. If we wanted to, we could. Actually, Graham's gonna go check out the local graveyards. He's not gonna go there to start shit. He's not Magneto, but he's curious, and it's kind of important to like. It's like showing up at the office when you're in a different town. If you got a branch there.
Exactly.
Just, oh, I know a dude with this name. Oh, I know a dead family from here. That sort of thing.
I don't know what Otto wants to do.
All right. Let's see. But while Otto's thinking, how does Graham want to find said graveyard?
Um,
Show me
he
you're dead.
generally knows how cities are laid out, and we just got the plans to look at for the sewers. He could probably pick out.
You actually don't have those. They are still
Oh.
with Fiffle.
Hmm. I guess I'll just go start taking a walk around the poor areas. That's usually how it works.
Okay,
Use your
just
microbead.
make like an investigation check.
One moment. Where did I put that tab? Everything is set up differently now. There it is. You, give me your bones.
No.
That's what I say to my character sheet. Don't worry about it.
No.
Secretly, there's just like a lot of boneless people running around.
No, they're flopping around you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, Graham, walking around, looking for signs, you do eventually find that outside of the city is a small temple, and behind it, attached, is a potter's field that just has the town's dead in it.
Start of the Potter's Field. You just kind of go take the vibe.
Okay. This temple itself is not huge. Really just meant for doing funerals. It's a two-story building, peaked roof, with a slight tower on the front of it. And the powder field itself is surrounded by a iron fence, stretching about eyes length down. It's got a decent amount of people there. Most of the graves are very simple. Some stone or wooden markers, and relatively well kept, as best it can be. You do see that there is in fact some overgrowth in the edges and the farther section of the potter's field.
Graham's gonna take a look around for any signs of major trouble, like sewage backing up under the graves or some shit, but failing that, he's just gonna go kind of give his regards to the undertaker / priests nearby, and then go start clearing that overgrowth.
Okay. Yep, you headed to the temple. You just see a couple of priests. You see be an older woman, black hair. She looks to be human with a widow's peak, and her hair is just kind of tied back in a ponytail, dressed in black. Visitor, how can I help you?
Good morning. Was wondering if I might ask you the same. My name's Graham. I'm with the Church of Eidos, and we tend to the dead.
Of course, of course. Yes, I'm actually familiar with Eidos.
I'm glad to hear that, I think.
Well, not too many worshippers here, of course, but I try and keep myself informed.
That's appreciated.
So, you're just taking a look around, helping the spirits of this graveyard?
Thought I might pay my respects, say hello to the people taking care, and see if there's anything that I might be able to assist with.
Well, always something in need of some work for a follower of Eidos. But if you care to take a look around, I'm just visiting. I'll be on my way shortly, but it was good to make your acquaintance.
You as well.
She just kind of heads out. Another priest comes out, shakes her hand. He's like, "Oh yes, well, we try and get some volunteers in to clear out the graveyard as best we can, make sure everything is nice and neat. Have a few grave diggers come by, but Jindir tends to be a somewhat forgotten town."
That's where the trouble starts.
Well, the Count does his best to make sure the town isn't forgotten, but I don't know if he approaches it in the most practical way.
Not the conventional one, anyhow.
Well, the priests here will be, or clerics here are here if you need any assistance. We have, alcoves for praying. Answer any questions. Right now, no funerals are scheduled, but we do get busy once in a while.
Well, if there's nothing critical, I'll go take in the sights of the yard and maybe take a gardening tool to the back.
Of course. Always welcome volunteers.
Now to go give the undead mullets. We don't know why. It's their favorite hairstyle.
Because it's business in the front and a party in the back.
And off I go to landscape.
Graham goes landscaping. While Graham is landscaping, what is Otto and Fiffle doing?
You can go ahead if you have an idea.
I mean, Piffle wants to. I mean, if I don't find the rest of the group who seem to have wandered off into different areas, I wish to nurse my hangover and begin hatching a scheme to rob the jailhouse.
Okay. Well, Fiffle, having taken up at a bar from across the street at the jailhouse, you've been inside. It's a short stone building, only a single story tall. It has like iron bars on the various windows, and from what you can tell, there only appears to be one entrance at the very front.
Okay, I will. I will begin drinking water with just enough wine in it to prevent me from getting dysentery.
Of course, always the most practical option. The bartender gives you, in essence, grog to.
Cool. I sip the grog and begin to plan my break into the evidence room of the jail across the street.
Okay. If you wanted to scout that out, I could provide you more detail.
Yeah, so let's assume that I spend a few hours hydrating, and then start to kind of scout the neighborhood and the outside of the place. See if I can get on any rooftops. It's too bad Lucian wandered off.
No, he's with you. He's just drinking some fermented yak milk.
Okay, so yeah, I take a look at Lucian and his
out of a saucer.
His lack of ability to help you.
Yeah, his relative balance levels right now. I'm like, all right, if anybody's climbing anything, it's going to be me, Piffle Tulip. So yeah, I start to scout the area around the gym.
Okay, go ahead, just make a perception.
No. Yes. No. Where's my damn character sheet? Here it is.
I ask myself this every day.
Definitely have one. All right. Here we go.
Nice. Yeah. So, Fiffle, you do see, so quietly, calmly taking a look around, not to attract attention, you do see that there does look to be, from what you can tell, about 3 sets of windows on each side, on the east and west side, and 2 on the back. The front doesn't have any windows. Each window is going to have a bar of like a set of iron bars covering it to prevent anybody from sneaking in. The windows themselves look into what appears to be either small cells or a back kind of office, kind of break room where the guards will, gather if they're not out front or guarding any of the actual prisoners. You knew that the room you were in didn't actually have windows, so you're thinking an interior cell area.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like I really need the floor plan of the building so I know where they keep their valuables. Could I make contact with the local thieves guild and see if they would provide me with that?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Try that.
Yeah, Fiffle, you actually notice near the actual jail cell you're at, it's just a couple of like drawings. To any passerby, it would just be some scribbles. Maybe a kid did it. To you though, you realize this is thieves' camp, and it is pointing out where a local, like basically Are you a thief? Did you get arrested and like escaped or were able to make bail? Then come to here to meet up. And it shows, well, the meat
Fi-
hall. It shows the meat hall.
Fine print is like, do you want revenge?
Ask for the golden special.
I wish to go to there.
You head back to the meat hall you had spent the last night at.
And I ask for the golden special. I hope and pray that I don't get peed on.
Roll for R. Kelly.
The bartender slides over a very like nice honey yellow mead, and he says you're gonna want to enjoy that in the back room.
Yes, the back room.
You head into the back room. Inside, you just see a couple of guys. You see a human and a dwarf, and like a half-orc sitting around a table playing a game of cards. Hey there, friend. How can we help you?
Hello, friends. I have come seeking fellow, I don't know, men of the,
Like-minded associates?
yeah, like-minded folk. For I have recently had a run-in with the town guard that resulted in my brief imprisonment. And I felt that this imprisonment was most unjust, and that my pocketbook was significantly extra light upon leaving the jail. I wish to enter the evidence room of the prison and remove all of the evidence and also their money. All their money and all their stuff, basically, I want to take it. I'm looking for floor plans for the jail.
Yeah, a lot of injustice going around these days.
Terrible, terrible injustice.
What group do you run with, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm an independent operator.
Okay.
I think we're in a union town.
Do you, well, independent, of course, but do you, assist any specific operations?
Well, I am affiliated with a certain specific organization. I would prefer to keep said affiliation on the down low.
Ah, okay.
For
No,
the benefit of both myself and my benefactors.
no problem whatsoever. So, we're the, do you have any association with the Iron Masters?
The Iron Masters? I don't think so. Now, I remember that term. Where are they
I
supposed to
remember,
be?
and I can't remember what they were.
Those were, I believe, the mercenary company that will take any job, including killing a shitload of trail wardens to find that
Okay.
box.
Oh, them.
No, the Iron
Nope, am I
Masters worked for the... You fought the Iron Hand, who are associated with the Iron Masters, when you first went to clear
Wow.
out your guild hall.
Oh, that little small group that we ran out of the alley.
Those were the Iron Hand.
And they report to the
Yeah.
masters.
The Iron Masters are a rival guild of some kind, basically.
Yeah, that Lucian tried to stir up for some reason.
He just asked you if you know, like, you worked with the Iron Masters before.
I will say that I have not.
Okay, good. Well, we're the Penny Rats. We welcome you to Drindir. So you want to get into a specific guardhouse to get back some unjustly taken funds.
Yeah, I'd like to reacquire and retain my funds, but any other fun shit I find in there, I can bring back here if you guys want.
Yeah, go ahead and make
In exchange for your assistance,
make a persuasion roll. It'll be a low DC because you're offering to give them a cut. All right. Yeah. 50-50, would you say is fair?
Oh, for a first engagement, I'd say that's fair.
And this isn't gonna come back to us, of course.
Not at all.
All right, then. He reaches into his bag, rifles through a few papers, pulls out a rolled up parchment and hands it over.
Does it appear to be a floor plan for the jail?
It is the floor plan for the exact jail you were in. Funny enough, you don't remember telling him which jail you had actually gone to.
Right.
I think they know which one's the corrupt one.
I think they know which one 2 out-of-towners blew into completely hammered and almost started a fucking executionable incident.
Yeah,
That's fine.
They heard stuff.
Out of character,
You're
like,
in the National Enquirer for the town.
out of character, you can be like, "Can I leave my cat friend here? That's like collateral."
Maybe not as collateral, but leaving him here might not be a bad idea.
No, yeah, it's probably like the most beneficial thing to do with a hammered cat.
I'll guide Lucian to a bench and put a new mead in front of him and tell him to hang here for a while.
Thank you, Fiffle. Gentlemen, have you heard of a song from my town? Fair Jocka.
As Lucian begins to sing, Piffle
Sneak out.
makes his exit.
So, Fiffle, you have the floor plans. Specifically, you have a thieves' floor plans.
Which is probably better than regular ones.
They show not only the actual layout of the building, all the rooms, their dimensions. They also point out which of the bars are loose, which of them are kind of like thin, and if you can like squeeze in, you can squeeze through the bars. They just show everything that would help a thief to get in and out, as well as showing where guards are typically positioned and what their patrol route would be.
Excellent.
Otto, what is Otto doing?
Otto wants to like go take a look if there's any like magic shops that like are better than box ball. Maybe look for something that can actually be cheaper for see in the dark here than maybe back home.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Can I D4 myself? Because God knows I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's investigation? Told you I was gonna need it.
Okay, go ahead, Ab. The D4.
Jesus. Wait. Okay. It was
Sorry, Otto, you're just not able to find anything. The shops you do see look pretty sketchy.
Yeah. Can I see from here where the more upscale part of town is, like where less sketchy things would be?
You see to the north side of town that, yeah, it looks to be like fancier and richer.
Can I head up there and look around there and see if there's something a little bit more reliable?
Yeah, like you've spent some time like getting up there. So you spend like an hour. Go ahead and just do one more investigation check.
Yeah, I'll do my thing also. Oh, that's better. Way better.
I get a +2. Okay, 25. Yeah. You're able to find a store. It just says the Magic Emporium. And it shows a happy little gnome with like a wand that's shooting out a lightning bolt out of it on the sign.
So yeah, I'll go in. Like, I guess take a look what they have. I'll go start writing this down.
Okay. Inside of the Magic Emporium, at the front counter, sitting on a stool, you see a happy little gnome with a magic wand, not shooting out a lightning bolt at the time.
I'll be in your shop.
What is this called? Magic Emporium?
The Magic Emporium, yep.
Isn't this the same name as the one in Boxball?
No, I think that one was just called the Magic Shop.
Okay.
But if it is to have the same name, then it's a franchise, and I've never made a mistake in my life.
So I will I'll take a look around. Does anything look similar to those goggles, like right off the bat?
As you enter in the gnome, hello, friend. Welcome to my store. How may I help you?
Hello, good sir. I am looking to see if you have anything that can assist in sight in the dark.
You wish to see Piercing the veil of darkness,
Yes.
I have a torch for you, friend.
How about something a little bit more magical?
I have a lantern, and you can shut and open the front of it to adjust the light level.
Like, out of character, would I know that? Would this actually help in like watches at night?
Yeah, it would make light so you could see like farther out. It's basically just like a little watchman lantern.
Would I be at disadvantage, or would that just break even?
It would break even.
Hmm. Anything stronger?
Yeah,
You
we can
know.
find a place.
Oh, you're alive.
Hello,
Yeah, they keep going in my office too.
Maru.
Let's sit in the room.
Oh yeah, you could just sit in your room.
Maru, good to see you. Or I guess it's not necessarily listed as Maru in the name.
Should be alright.
Otto. So
You guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear us?
I believe not.
I don't think you can hear us. Alright.
Darn Lillian Chad.
Yeah, he's muted now. Okay. I think he'll be in a second. Otto, so looking throughout the room, you do see that there's a few listed magical items. Pickings are a bit slim.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of things.
Like anything specific, like that looks like it might assist me, like that I can tell.
You do actually see some goggles of the night sitting on a pillow right in the front.
Let's see. Like, so I'll pick these up and I'll.
You go to reach through and you wave your hand through it, just an illusion.
Yeah. Okay. There's like these.
Aha! Goggles of the night. Yes, an excellent choice, my friend. They will let you see through the veil of darkness. 300 gold. And they are yours.
But I can get them in Voxfall for 200.
Well, if you can get them in Voxfall for 200, maybe you should go back there and get them then.
Well, don't you negotiate for prices, or do you just not want any business?
I can negotiate, yes. I will go as low as 270.
Can I insight him if this guy's just ridiculous, like completely out of his mind?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll insight.
Why doesn't it roll?
There you go, 22. He's maybe a little, like, out of it. You don't know if it's that gnomish smokeweed. Actually, that's be halfling. Gnomes, like, have something crazier. But, yeah, he's maybe a little touched in the head.
Little touched in the head. What's the other item that he had, like, an illusion of, I'm assuming?
He's got a couple of illusions. So you see one that is basically, it's similar to your Orb of Time. It lists it as being, like, it tells you what direction you're in. You see one that is a wand that can make, like, skywriting appear. You see one that it's like a cape, and when you strike a pose, it billows out. So you always look very dramatic.
The thing is, I can just picture people buying stuff like this in like games just to look
It actually
dramatic.
exists. I have it in a different game.
Yeah.
My God. Is there anything else in the room, like a storage room or anything?
The room you're in is basically just a open. It's like an open room. There's a counter that he is sitting behind, with the various magic items being displayed technically at the like the shelves in the front on the side. You do see there is a door heading to the back of his room there.
Is room there? 275. This guy's like on drugs. How much for the lantern?
If you wish to have a lantern, you see. He goes and digs up his book. Well, I actually look up the specific price. Hooded lantern, here we are. Now, I can sell this to you for 7 gold. Book price is 5 gold, but even I have to make a profit, you see.
I'll be in town for a couple of days. Let me think about that. And the goggles.
Okay. You also know that, like, if you just say you remember the crossblades, he gives it to you for book price.
I do know. I'm just like, don't want to like really diverge that kind of information right off the bat. In case, other things happen.
Well, if you so desire, come back to the Magic Emporium and see my wonderful wares. And we have so many people coming in. Who knows, next time you're here, those goggles and lantern, they may be gone.
I'm like the only person in the shop, aren't I?
Yes.
I'll keep that in mind. And I'll walk out and I'm thinking, maybe Fiffle wants to steal those from me.
Yeah, that's very paladin of you.
Listen, I'm a vengeance paladin. I'm not like an honest paladin. I want to kill things.
I mean, technically you are supposed to be an honest paladin.
For killing.
Alright. Maru, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Actually, Ian, it wouldn't be stealing. I would contract Fiffle to acquire them for me, and whatever means he decides to.
Alright. Yeah. Once again, remember, you can get them book price.
Yeah,
he's like upselling them, but
I had a feeling.
Lucian, you've been having some fermented yak's milk out of a saucer, drinking some mead. You're currently sitting in back with 3 guys playing cards as you sing Farajaka. Fiffle is looking over the plans to the jail cell.
I think Fiffle left.
Where is? Oh yeah, well Jeremy literally left, but he'll be back in a second.
But I think Fiffle did he bought because we didn't know if you were gonna join, so Jeremy literally bought you a drink and walked out with the plans to get his revenge.
Yeah. But now Lucian,
I missed something. Well, what did I miss? What revenge?
So to catch you up, Jeremy, Fiffle he found some thieves writing. It told him if you've been jailed and you got out or let go, whatever, and I don't remember, was it you want to get back at them or something, come to this place. He went there, he ordered the drink, and he's negotiated that he will give them a cut. He wants to rob them dry.
Is this the police? Or we ended up getting out of jail though, right? Or we're still in jail?
Yeah, but they robbed him of 10 gold and he's pissed.
Oh, right, because he was a little lighter. That's correct.
Now he's
on the war
Revenge
path.
will be his!
But yeah, Lucian, you're coming out of it. Maybe this drink isn't as strong as the last night's one was, but
Lucian's gonna find another Rebecca in this town. He's gonna have a Rebecca in every town.
Lucian. Hey, they're good sources of sleeping accommodations, and friendship and love. And Lucian will get up from the table and bid adieu to his compadres, and
chase after Fiffle.
Yeah, maybe try to track down Fiffle. Where's the rest of the gang? What are they up to? These guys in the shop.
I was trying to see if I could find a cheaper Yeah, I was trying to see if I can find a cheaper like goggles to see at night. This guy's upset selling, so it'll be 200. I think no matter what.
That 7 gold lantern sounded great. Um,
I'm thinking about it actually.
yeah, that sounds amazing. Um, yeah, I guess I'll try to track down Piffle. Is that viable, or are we just letting him do his thing for right now?
Well, Fiffle's just kind of like
He
he's out
said
in the
his
main bar area. He didn't actually leave the meat hall just yet.
he left
Okay.
the back room.
Yep. And so he's just looking over the plans now. But
Yeah, I guess I'll just go over to him and see what he's up to, and kind of take a look at the plans and throw him an elbow and hear his story and let him know that I'm with him 100%.
looking at the plans, it's all written in like you can see the floor layout, no problem. The rest of it is written in some bizarre like script you've never seen before, and it just says like it's a lot of slang. It doesn't make a ton of sense when you look at it.
If I don't understand this at all, what is the plan? What the hell is going on here?
Fiffle, you've been seeing Lucian just come out of the back room having finished his song.
Oh, Lucian, I'm glad you're up. So the plan is that we're going to take our stuff back, and by our stuff I mean our gold. We're also
Sounds
going to
great.
take back everybody else's stuff.
Sounds perfect. I'm in.
You're
Thus,
gonna
the
liberate the
scales of
city.
justice will be righted.
You're gonna be like
Our
Robin
favor.
Hood here.
The city of starting side campaigns.
Robin Hood.
Robin
It's a
Right?
podunk
Hood.
town too. That's the best part.
So
How do we do
So
this?
I have here this map, and it indicates, where everything is, and also which bars we can perhaps wiggle out.
Perfect. Let's do it. When do we
Alright.
strike?
Let's rob some motherfuckers.
Do we wait until nighttime or do we go now?
Hmm.
Plan or no plan?
Probably wait until nighttime. There's usually less people around at nighttime.
Hmm. What time is it now? I've lost all sense of direction.
it's like 3 p.m.
And it's the gang. Have you heard from the Scooby Doo gang?
I have not.
Hmm.
The what? Oh, you know too much.
Do you think we should get them in on this, or do you think 2 men is enough?
Logistically speaking, it's you probably want to like go no more than 2 man. Also, if you're gonna rob the jailhouse, you probably would not want a Chungus on the tagging along.
You don't even
I
get
think,
yes.
I think your success is going to be likelier with less people. We're
Agreed.
just waiting to fail you on stealth checks.
Yeah,
And also,
definitely.
hey guys, we went to prison. I'm mad about it. We're gonna go actually commit serious crimes.
I should mention none of you actually know where Chungus currently is.
Oh
It was-
God, that's a scary sentence.
So where did we leave off with them? Just out of curiosity. Otto's at the shop, so
Yep.
out of the sewer. Where are you? Graham?
I went looking for the local graveyard. Found it's a little rundown, so I'm doing my thing.
Okay. I think what we need, people, is a distraction of grand proportion to empty this jailhouse and allow us to go the most unnoticed. But I don't know what your retribution plan here is. It's very hard to understand.
What's hard to understand? We're gonna take our shit back, and everybody else's shit as well.
Perfect.
We'll do this by entering the jail stealthily,
and making more money.
knocking out any guards that we may accidentally encounter,
All right.
and then taking all the shit and leaving preferably by the same way we came.
So I can do. Well, we have our shit back, like my spell book and whatnot. We're just a little light on gold, so I can have a Cinderella story. You know, I can disguise myself for an hour. Do you think we can accomplish this in an hour, or is that too optimistic?
I I think it could be accomplished in an hour. I think if it takes us more than an hour, we've probably fucked up and are going to spend a much longer time in jail.
Because if we try to take all the shit they have, they may have a lot of shit.
Well, if it's too heavy,
Right. Do we have some kind of...
We don't have the Mimic of Holding with us.
Nope, that's with Chungus.
That's with Chungus.
This
Find
We'll
Chungus and borrow.
grab whatever we can carry.
Find
Where,
Chungus and
where's
borrow it.
Fletcher? Do you think he would be in on this? You think he would like to be in on this? Anything in that lock house that he would want to get back as well?
Who?
Fletcher, the guy who, the thief guy who tried to rob our paintings. He's a pretty good thief. We should maybe consult him.
If he's around, you think we could find him?
We could try.
I will.
We're in a bar. We could ask around the bar, see if anybody knows of his whereabouts.
Well, I have a better way. I'll
Flash gang signs.
I'll flash gang signs. I'm gonna go to the central, news post of the town, and I'm gonna scrawl some thieves' cant and be like, "Yo, Fletcher, where are you at, homie? Meet us at the mead hall spot this afternoon if you are here."
I like this. This is a good idea.
Okay.
So we'll go back there and wait a couple hours and see if he turns up.
Okay. So yeah, you find the meat hall is somewhat centered to the town, so you find a good post board. Just scrawl some thieves' cant, saying your message, and you head back into the meat hall.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So while you're waiting, we'll head back to Graham. Graham, you've been tending.
One more thing.
Oh,
While
yes.
we're at the meat hall, we shall order lunch.
Okay. Get a late lunch. It's mutton with some mashed potatoes
Great.
and gravy.
Grand.
Making me hungry. That's what you're doing.
Have we rested since the jail incident?
No.
I don't have any of my things. I don't know how tired I am. I'm tired. Let us rest while we wait.
All right. So let's see. We'll cut back to and just think about how long you want to rest for. If you want to do a short rest or a long rest. But a long rest would put you about 10, 11 p.m.
So I know with the wizard, with the short rests, it allows me to get back a couple spell slots or something.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't have my book with me to know how much nor how tired I am, unfortunately.
Yeah, you were given back all your equipment when it came to what was confiscated from you when you were arrested.
I'm just thinking about luck points and spell slots. I'm trying to remember what happened in the last session that I might have used something for.
I believe luck points are on a long rest. I'm not sure, but wizards do get, I believe it is called Arcane Recovery. Yep. Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level, rounded down, and none of the slots can be 6th level or higher. So you can recover two level 1s or 1 level 2.
Yeah, I just don't remember what I have used during that last session.
Funny enough, I don't think you did use anything. I think you were planning to, but you got your spellbook taken away.
Yeah, you didn't use anything.
Yeah, right?
You
But didn't I try to talk to the guard or something and also luck and it didn't work out?
You did use, I think, a single luck point.
Okay. I'm cool with calling that. Okay. Then I think we can go in with 2 luck points. That'll be enough. And enough spell slots and whatnot. Okay. I'm ready to go whenever you are then. As soon as we hear from Fletcher or any of his colleagues, should we be more proactive or laissez-faire?
I feel like Thieves' Cant is pretty effective. If we're, wandering around the city asking after this guy, we could create unnecessary attention on him and on us that we don't really want.
Fair enough. All right, so we wait.
Okay. Actually, I was gonna go right to Graham, but Uh, Otto, what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can find anybody else, preferably Fiffle, so I can see if I can coerce him into like helping me with that thing. But I have no idea what he's up to now. I have zero idea what he's up to now.
Okay. Well, you can try and find Fiffle. How do you want to go about attempting to locate him?
I'm assuming we're gonna meet back up at the mead hall, so I guess I would head there.
Okay. Well, Otto, sure enough, arriving at the mead hall, you see Fiffle and Lucian eating their mutton.
I'm going to look at the paper, look at Fiffle, look at Lucian, and just sit down and just stay quiet.
Hello. Sorry.
All right.
And so I'm just gonna like look at Fiffle with like annoying eyes, like you're doing what I think you're doing, and I'm just gonna like shake my head and just like,
What? I'm eating lunch.
well, I can see the paper. I think it would
I'm LARPing.
Technically, the paper doesn't say that it's a jail cell. It's just
it's like
You see Piffle eating lunch, looking at a map. Yeah,
in a map.
for sure.
Just like, I'm not sure what to think.
The notes are all written in Thieves' Cant, so you
Yeah,
can't
that's what I
actually
figured.
decipher what it says on the map.
I'm just gonna look at Fiffle with do I want to know look, and I'm assuming Fiffle's just gonna like shake his head.
I mean,
You don't
last
really-
you
Piffle gives you nothing. Piffle gives you a flat poker face.
Otto, actually, last you saw Fiffle, he was going to get the plans for the sewer system.
But this doesn't look well. I know what the sewer system looks like because I literally failed the Constitution check in it.
Yeah.
Did we successfully get the plans for the sewer system?
You were
You-
making
yeah,
copies
you
of
did.
it.
Stuff back,
did.
right?
You got
We
the
did. We got in trouble after that.
Yeah.
But we got the
When he
plans,
got
we
his
them
stuff back, did he get the copy back?
He was given all of his items back, yes. Because
I mean,
as they
I'll
point,
hand off the sewer plans to Otto.
Otto, you see sewer
I'll be
plans.
like, this is a map for you. This is a map for me. You don't need to worry about my map.
Yeah, I just look at his map and it's like, you do what you do, buddy. I know how Fiffle works. I don't want to know.
All right. We'll cut over to Graham, who is tending the graveyard.
He's got a mysterious undead thermos with like a skull motif that he's drinking coffee out of.
Oh, a dog.
Oh, dog! That was just like so.
Polygon puppy.
Doggo attack.
Yeah. So Graham, you are trimming the lawn, getting rid of some of like the overgrown grass, pulling up some of the weeds.
Yep.
It's, they did their best to keep it clean in the center, but yeah, around the edges, it's definitely hard work.
Graham is like evergreen. He just goes town to town and does the grass at the graveyard.
Gotta meet the locals. And
See a man come by, just stand over a grave, sort of by where you are. He just nods to you as you are working on the grass.
Graham makes sure to give him a respectful berth when visiting, as is polite, and nods back politely. Continues working.
The man just goes, or kind of says to you, first time I've seen you here.
Yeah, I'm an out of towner. Good morning. My name's Graham.
Nice to
He
meet
is
you.
your god.
I've been here whole life. What brings you to Drindir?
Well, happened to be on the way, and while we're in town taking care of some other business, I figured I would help tend to what needs tending to.
Well, always nice of you to help. I came here to just visit a relative of mine's grave.
Would you like some privacy, or are you all set here?
Oh, I'm making my way back shortly. I was just visiting my great-great-grandson's grave.
I see. Does he look like an elf?
You look back, and he's gone.
Ah.
I figured he would have been able to tell right away because I feel like Graham is very perceptive.
He was pretty solid looking. Like, with some close observation, you might have been able to determine his true nature, but
It's kind of a useful data point for my job. So Grim will take a moment to kind of get the spiritual temperature around him, if I can, with a religion check.
yep, go ahead. Yeah, like
Par.
generally speaking, you realize, yes, I can determine when somebody is or is not a ghost. So it's very odd, and you can't quite put your finger on why he looks so solid and so material.
Might be something worth investigating. Maybe this place needs a little more TLC. And starts turning that over in his head, thinking about it as he resumes cleaning.
All right. Heading back to Otto, Fiffle, and Lucian. You wait about an hour. Near the end of the hour, you're joined by a single Chungus, who has in his hand a cherry pie.
He's a happy chunky. He looks happy.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Chungus. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Can I have some pie?
No.
All right. Well, did you say Graham was there too?
No, just you three, or you four, if you include Chungus. Graham's still at the graveyard.
Yep.
The gang, Scooby Doo, and I don't remember any of their names. Welcome. Nice to see you again. We have secured the sewage blueprints, but have been a bit sidetracked with some other business we need to take care of.
Otto's just gonna be like, I'm not gonna ask. I'll let you guys do you.
Well, Otto, we may need your help too if you're not busy, if you're not doing anything.
Otto is skeptical, but
You see, the thing is, we were robbed, and we need retribution. And I know you are good at retribution, so I thought you might want to help us secure said retribution.
robbed by who?
Vagrants, scallywags, and just vermin who deserve the same done to them.
That could be anybody. So who?
Well, we don't know quite who, but we do know the where. So we will strike while the iron is hot.
So where is it?
Well, the where is not really as important as the what. And the what is that we were robbed and we need retribution. And this is your specialty. So we knew we could come to you for, assistance.
It's funny because I know.
figured it out.
It's funny because I know.
Good pitch.
I've figured it out. Your expression of the paladin of tyranny is going to be the paladin of pettiness. You're going to teach them petty revenge.
Yes.
And what do you need from me for retribution?
Well, I will hand this part off to our friend Fiffle here, who's doing this studying. He is coming up with an amazing plan, of which I know this because he has been focused on it for hours, and
All right.
I have full faith.
So my
Here's what
question
we're
to
gonna
you,
do.
my question
Your
to Ian is,
retribution.
I just want to ask Ian, can I actually inside fucking Lucian on this?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could roll it.
Because I'm super skeptical. Because in character, Otto is very skeptical because he's seen what Lucian does. Out of character, Ed's all in for this. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean-
everything I said is true.
Lucian's
Don't worry.
being somewhat
Go ahead.
evasive, so yeah, you could roll insight, and it could be contested by Lucian's deception or his persuasion.
I mean, I just wrote the insight. Good luck, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I really want you to critically succeed, though.
Inside 22.
Yeah,
should
so-
I should roll now.
You could roll
Mhm.
deception or persuasion to attempt to kind of
And
bluster
that's
him.
deception. I don't need to deceive him. Maybe persuade, I think is better. Although I'm better at deception. We're gonna persuade anyway.
Okay. Nah, Otto, he's definitely hiding something. Like, it's weird he's not telling you and being so evasive.
So I'll file that in like in mind, and I'm going to look at FIFO and says, so what master plan?
So basically, we are going to break in through a window, silence any fools who oppose us, go to the evidence lockup room, break in, take all their gold and other evidences, and then leave through the window.
Evidence?
Yeah, evidence, of crimes. Or, of whatever.
So considering how deceptive Lucian is being, and what you've told me, you're going to break into the jailhouse.
Oh, were we not supposed to tell out of that?
No, I never said anything.
No, he was being deceptive. It was so badly
know.
deceptive. So
I was trying to say not to say it out loud for the party here, but whatever.
So yeah, that's the plan, Otto.
That's the plan.
You
so what do you need from me?
Yeah, why are we recruiting Otto?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused here.
I don't. Someone told me once, don't split the party. So I'm just trying to get everyone back
don't
involved.
split the party.
I mean, definitely split the party.
No.
So this window
I think we should need some kind of silent measure or sleep concoction or chloroform rags or something.
That's a good idea.
To take out the guards without them realizing. I heard legends of something called chloroform. Do you think they have that in these lands?
I hope so.
The legend of chloroform. The bards are not going to sing about that one.
They will if Lucian becomes a bard.
Chungus continues to eat his pie, takes the last bit of it, and just feeds it to Hank.
Oh, Hank.
Do you see like the flap open up and just like the pie go in and like the teeth just closing right on top of it?
I just kind of like, in a way, if Chungus was like a Beastmaster, it would just be funny if Hank was his like pet now. But
we should definitely borrow Hank to bring with us.
Hey, this isn't blood. Or no, Hank's like, hey, this isn't blood. This is cherry. You said you'd give me some hands.
Chirpa.
Jesus.
So does what those like Lucian and Fifo just want me to like distract the guards or something? Because
that would be excellent.
Because bringing me in is not gonna help you since I have to roll at disadvantage for stealth.
You could perhaps create a distraction outside.
Yes.
But that's up to Otto. Like the distraction creator is somebody who could end up having their own troubles. So like if Otto's down for that, cool. I mean, if not, I'll just pay some street urchin to create a distraction or whatever.
By the way, Fitful, you notice on the table is a single copper piece with a scrap of paper underneath it.
A scrap of paper underneath it, you said?
Yeah, it wasn't there before.
Oh. I shall examine it.
On the paper, it is a small note in Thieves' Cant. Just says, Fletcher is busy preparing his plan to deal with the Count. He will meet with you tonight for the final step. Don't get arrested beforehand.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no chance that we'll get arrested, so it's fine.
We could always do this tomorrow.
You just retroactively set up an alibi that no, we couldn't have been involved with the assassination of the Count. We're completely incompetence. Look at what happened yesterday.
If you think about it, like they're my friends. I'm like, I will actually entertain this idea, but if you wait until after whatever happens with the Count happens, every guard's gonna be like going like into that area. That's like
But
food
I
for
can't
thought.
pull off 2 capers simultaneously.
Capering back and forth forever.
What
And
was the plan with
also,
Petra?
vengeance deferred is far less sweet. Hmm.
But surely only a day wouldn't unsweeten it too much.
Perhaps. All right.
I am
If
rightfully
Piffle
angry
will
as
allow
well.
himself to be persuaded to wait.
I'm painfully angry myself of this despicable behavior of those who supposedly uphold justice. But are we not as despicable if we do not, attend to our matters and then the possibly lesser matters of some money?
Jock over here arguing for torrenting as a righteous act, which it is.
So, I mean, that's not particularly persuasive to Piffle, but
Okay, let me try this. If we wait one more day, then they might have more stuff for us to rob tomorrow.
okay, now you're speaking his language.
See? So let's let the interest accrue on their debt, and then after the sewage, maybe we strike and retrieve what was ours. Yours. Ours. Mine. I mean, what?
All right. One day.
One day. Okay.
Then I'm robbing a jailhouse, guys. Robbing
I'm
it
in.
good.
I'm in.
Ominous wolf howl in the background at that agreement. All right. Cutting back to Graham.
The
Graham,
real
you
funny thing is
continue.
Graham has no idea what's happening.
Graham's just like, man, these weeds are really bad.
He's wrestling with the string trimmer. The string trimmer is like a long, like giant femur with like metal as fuck skull rotating on the tip.
Graham, continuing. Another person approaches you. Hey, you there.
Yes, sir. Howdy.
You can see me?
I can.
Huh. Points to the thrice dead grate. I died there.
Hmm. What happened?
What's the cookie? That's
Stabbed on it. 3 times.
3 times.
How can you see me?
I've always been able to since I was a kid.
No. No one else can, but now some people around here say you can see us.
Can. My name is Graham.
Well,
I can.
Graham,
I'm Graham.
how can you see us now when no one else can?
I
And
can
other
see
people
ghosts.
can see us. Not just ghost seers, you see.
Ah. Well, the state of this place and the kind of gestures up at the gate. The dead don't take kindly to that, as I'm sure you don't need me to tell you.
No, I wouldn't strictly appreciate it that much.
I would reckon.
But no one else has been able to see me. But now you can. Now other people can. Maybe not see, but at least hear me. So why is that?
Well, in my experience, the crimes of the living against the dead don't go away over time. They accrue, and eventually,
But why now?
there's probably going to be a lot of death if there hasn't been.
Well, that's always on the horizon, isn't it?
Well, a death is not always a death. Slipping away in your bed is a different creature than getting killed 3 times to satisfy some petty whoever somewhere.
Well, killed me because I was a rebel. But I was just fighting to kick out the Arwellan Empire. They came in here, took over our homeland.
Well, they're in the grave now, too.
Well, still a few of them kicking around.
Yeah.
As you finish talking to him, you see him slowly fade away.
Take care now.
As he fades away, you see the woman that you'd been speaking to earlier, just kind of walking out of the graveyard, kind of heading towards along the road towards Vaxfall.
Graham will remember this.
Okay. But
unfortunately, you will have to remind me, the player, because my memory is vapor for some reason.
no problem. I got my plans, and I'm eager to plan them out. But after this, Graham, you've been spending a few hours tending to the graveyard. You've gotten it, like the bits that hadn't been cleaned up, pretty well done.
Cool. Job satisfied. He'll head back to where the group's been staying.
Okay. Head back to the meat hall. See everyone sitting together, somewhat conspiratorially, except for Chungus, who was eating a pie.
Out of character, I just thought about if Otto goes with the distraction thing, he can use Chungus with him.
Graham, you got any more pie?
We might be able to get you something, Chungus.
I like pie.
I know, buddy.
Hank wants more pie. No, Chungus, I want hands.
He wants hands.
Hush now, Hank.
Come on now, Hank. You know you don't want hands. You want some pie.
I don't want me no pie.
Some pie.
I don't want me no pie. I want some cake.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've seen the G.I. Joe toys with their clothes off, and they don't have anything like that.
But the group is now together again. Graham, last you saw Fiffle and Lucian, they had been getting the plans for the been getting the plans for the sewer system. You know how resourceful they are. Obviously, complete success.
It was.
Oh, Neptune.
So it's about 4 p.m. now. What do you guys want to do?
Graham is going to get himself a drink after that menial labor.
Bartender slides you over a mead.
Thank you kindly.
I'll put it on your tab.
Don't reckon I've got one unless these fellows have run one up.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Your friend down sleeping in the store below got a whole team of tab.
How much is on it?
Currently, 2 gold.
Yeah, there's a lot of drinking lately.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In,
No, thank
visible
you.
relief that it's not like there's a 57 gold bottle of Chardonnay. Bring it.
Bartender, your finest mead hall.
I can't give up the finest mead hall.
All right. So, what's everyone doing now that you've all been able to gather together?
So we've delayed the robbery. So we're going to. So tonight is we execute the plan against the Count. Was that the idea?
Yes, let's show them what we found.
And remind me, Otto, did you ask them to help you rob the other guy?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Oh, I was actually. It wasn't more rob. It was help me acquire goggles of night seeing.
Oh yeah, real loophole in the Paladin code. Just like tell your thief friend to somehow get them for you. You don't care how.
Yeah.
Hey.
The
Problem?
Paladin's code of plausible deniability.
All right. So do you guys just want to fast forward a couple hours?
Well, do we need to come up with any plan for this blueprints that we found? Should we inspect them or try to see any? What was the plan? We're working with Fletcher. We have the blueprints, and we want to put shit in the guy's house, right?
I don't reckon that's what he's planning on doing.
I think he's planning to rob him blind, possibly kill him, and get a new head of state, so to speak.
Oh, I thought we were still going with the shit plan.
The shit plane went down the shitter.
I see. This is much more morose. Do we go with our shit plan or do we go with the murder plan?
I mean,
We don't even know the plan yet. The
don't
feller's
know
planning it
plan.
awful close to the chest, but he told me I wouldn't have any problems with it.
I suppose we
There's
sort
some
of
way that we could fill his home with shit and then murder.
maybe fill him up with shit before you murder him.
Y'all, I took a trip to the graveyard, and this place is seen better days, spiritually speaking. Maybe don't commit fecal atrocities on the living.
Fecal atrocities.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I mean, I've seen Piffle blow up a bathroom, but
You are so eloquent, Grant.
he's folksy. He's got that folksy charm.
I actually do kind of see like DeForest Kelly kind of vibe with this. But he's like dealing with, I don't even know what like Dr. Bones McCoy would be dealing with here. Some like the most degenerate like team imaginable.
The D team.
All right. So if you guys don't have anything else you want to do, we'll just fast forward to about 8 p.m.
Can't think of anything else to really do.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's see what he's got to say.
Wait,
About 8 p.m., Fletcher comes in, sees you all. Ah, good. You paid attention to the note on the note.
Note on the note. Another note.
Well, he flourishes his hat. Follow me.
As we're going, you mind explaining exactly what we're going to be up to?
Not in public.
well, let us retire to a discreet location.
He heads out onto the street. Doesn't really pay attention to see if you follow behind him.
We do, though.
Okay. So you follow behind him. He beats up with a dwarf fellow. Dwarf is hauling a cart, not a big one, but just like something that like a single person can move. Does appear to be pretty heavy. Fletcher hands over a small bag of coins and takes possession of the cart and starts wheeling it down the street up towards the north side of the city. As you continue to follow him, he silently brings you to a small, little kind of warehouse with an attached store. Kind of just wheels the cart inside and opens up a small closet. But you can see that actually some work was being done to dig down, and he just wheels the cart down. As you follow him into the darkness, going along a little tunnel system that had been built heading, as from what you could tell, towards the Count's house. And before it breaks into an underground tunnel system that seems to be a sub-basement of the Count's manor.
See, this might be a good place to stop and get the whole plan, huh?
He just keeps wheeling along. Do 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 do.
Piffle tugs on his
Insight
sleeve.
on him.
Excuse me, Fletcher.
Yes.
There seems to be no one around. Where are we going then?
Oh, we're underneath the Count's Manor as we are. Graham, you notice this guy is cool as a cucumber. He'd be whistling if he wasn't trying to be quiet.
What was the
that's
beer
good.
barrel full of?
You're not sure. It's got a tarp
Suspicious
covering
that he's
over.
trying to murder us or get us murdered.
You
There we
certainly,
go.
He's got
seem
a
pretty
bomb.
relaxed for this.
Wheels the cart into a room. There we go. No one comes in down this way. Not really. It's mostly used for storage. I've not seen anyone down here in the couple of weeks I've been scouting it out. So, this is the room we want. Plops down the cart, pulls off the tarp, and there is a big old barrel right in the center of it.
Barrel.
Is it a barrel of gunpowder?
What is in
Yeah,
the barrel?
it's a barrel of black powder.
Oh, shite.
You just, Chungus, my good man, can you just help me with this? Chungus just grabs it, lifts it up. It's like right in the corner there. Chungus just places it next to, as you can now see, about a dozen of other similar barrels.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to take a bit of the old black powder, make a trail, light a match, and Count will be dealt with no time.
Are you aware he's received a visitor from the Order of the Yard? Actually, am I aware of that?
No, you are not.
Never mind. I cannot avert the train that way. How about all the little folk that keep his manor running? How about them?
Oh, we'll, now, of course, we don't want to kill anyone, and I've been going around town, making sure that they don't report in for their shift for tonight, getting the majority of the staff out. Few stragglers here or there, but you can see what's going on. I would have preferred to get everyone but the Count out, but it wasn't in the cards. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call this collateral damage. I'll make sure to compensate their families, but unfortunately, the Count has to go.
Yes, I agree, Fletcher. This is just despicable behavior, just bad policy, just sounds like a fun plan, actually. But hear me out here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Might there not be some things of value that we are destroying? Could we perhaps try to alleviate the count of, his leftover staff and possibly his things before doing the job?
No.
Piffle likes this idea.
I think
the
it's
concept of blowing up all this guy's riches is causing him a little bit of heartburn.
I'll tell you what, we'll rob the insurance office when we're done. Besides, it's not like the gold's getting disintegrated. We just gotta go collect it from the surrounding areas.
That sounds like more work.
Yes, you're blowing into Kingdom Come.
Tell you what, why don't you prepare the fuse? Oh wait, no, this is gonna get us blown up.
Yes. And he's a wily one. He's got dispel magics and all kinds of crazy spells.
But it's good drama. All right, so Piffle suggests that Fletcher prepare the fuse and give them until, I don't know, the stroke of midnight to get in and out of the manor with whatever valuables we can. And then he sets lights the fuse.
Well, I was going to just light a 10-minute fuse, get up to a nice rooftop and just watch the fireworks.
What if you do that and we light it for you? That way you can be relaxed, take it easy, grab a meat on the way.
No, I was just going to do it myself. I really just need you around so we can be in this all together. We'll come up with a nice cover story. An alibi.
Begging your pardon, I reckon we won't.
I also reckon that we didn't do anything other than help you bring this last barrel here. You're not, looking for a patsy, are you, Fletcher? I mean, that would be...
No, I was going to blame this on the Iron Masters, but honestly, really when it's going to come down to it is I want everyone to know that if it comes to it, it was me, because the Count was a piece of shit, and thus I blew him up.
Interesting.
A warning to the other counts of the other cities.
Can I roll insight at him or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gonna...
You're not sure.
Seems like an honest man.
Now, I have no intention of getting caught and hung, mind. I'm just saying that I didn't go through all the trouble of getting all this black powder under here just to not go through with this.
I mean, I'm not telling you not to blow up the Count's castle. I never said that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you an hour, and then I'd like the fuse. It's a 10-minute fuse, so theoretically we have 70 minutes. Or we could light the fuse and just worry about it later. There'll always be more treasure.
I'm gonna have to leave it up to the group. Vote on it, boys.
The treasure is one thing, but an hour to get maybe at least a few more lives out of there wouldn't be the worst. I'm not partial to murder for the sake of murder. I am partial to change. So I don't know what you all do.
If he's more interested in the gold, he's not opposed to saving people, but
How's about you just blow up the damn manor? That's a pretty strong message. They couldn't stop you, and you could have deliberately chosen to let the Count live, knowing that he's getting a talking to from the Duke as we speak, and he's going to have to answer for his blown-up manor and watch his back.
I don't like killing, but I do like humiliating the Count.
Tell you what,
Graham,
you
make
spend that
a...
hour. These fellas go do what they're gonna do. I go run up and cause a surface distraction, and by the time everyone's been evacuated from said surface distraction, manor goes away.
Okay. Graham, roll persuasion. Lucian did speak up ahead of time, so you can roll with advantage.
Cool. Where do I keep burying my sheet? There it is. Oh, I really should have taken persuasion as one of my
I gotta check on this.
skills. Ugh. Did somebody have the ability to give action points for rerolls?
You did have a critical success. I think Fiffle can help you there.
Oh, crit fail, you mean? Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first
that-
one.
Yeah, but then you got the 8 plus 1.
Oh no, I see.
Actually, how does that work then?
8 plus 1 and 5 plus 1.
He did critically fail one.
No, it's grayed out because of
The advantage.
Yep.
yeah.
Sorry, Graham.
Fiffle's was because he was at disadvantage.
Yeah. Sorry, Graham, but I can't really let this plan go to waste. A lot of people made this occur. Yeah, I didn't just come up with this plan and make it get all this down here. Dig my way through here myself. This was a team effort. But I'll give you your 70 minutes to do whatever you want to do.
And you will be here for the next 60 minutes then?
Yep. That being said, if I think that the plan is going to fail, I will light the fuse ahead of time. So if I hear any commotion or alarms, I've got a few lookouts who are just making sure that the guards aren't going to start searching their estate.
So why don't you guys save these poor fools? And yeah, as soon as you save as many fools as possible, and you're ready to light the fuse.
How many fools are there in there right now? Worth saving.
Let's see here. There is the Count. He has his head butler, about 8 of his guards, who are in the manor itself, and apparently a representative of the Duke.
So what are we worried about?
Oh, and about 4 other members of the staff. So I would say just about a dozen people, including the Count. Maybe make sure only 11 get out of there.
This representative of the Duke. Do we know who he is? That might be really bad.
We did run into hazily. I remember, like the deputy of the Iron Yard or whatever his name is. I have it written down at home. Um, very cheeky fellow.
Would I know who he described right there?
If Lucian accurately described Sir Robert Gale, head of the Order of the Yard, then
one.
yeah, you would know.
Would
But does Lucian, in fact, accurately describe him?
I think? Well, he has the notes at home. That's why he's like saying that.
Somewhat accurately, he was a little drunk, a little pissed, and didn't maybe quite know who he was fully, except it was explained to him. So,
Yeah.
But he doesn't remember that part. So loosey goosey, some fancy policeman guy, basically.
You mean Otto would just look at him like the head of the yard is
Might be.
talking to the count?
Might be. He was a bit swanky, kind of stuffy and upturned nose and whatnot.
Graham kind of. That's a complication.
Fletcher, did you account for this? Do you know of this, or we don't care?
Well, I didn't really expect him to arrive, but
What is he? Is he going to execute the count? What's gonna happen here?
he's not going to execute the count without a trial.
But maybe things are moving in a direction
Could you
that
frame
will
him?
help the people.
More so than he already is guilty of.
Look, it doesn't matter. If, let's say, the count gets his head chopped off, there'll be another count. And he's just going to do the same thing. Nope. This is just a warning. See, if the Duke executes somebody, that's about normal. If the people blow up the count, then they have to take note of that.
I mean, so the next count that steps in is still going to do the same thing using your logic.
No,
because
then
the
I'll
count is
blow
a
him
count.
up too, and then they'll get the. Then they'll get the message.
All I'm getting is you just want to kill him, and you don't even know if the next guy's going to do the same thing or not.
Well, I mean, that's the point of the explosion. If I wanted to, I could sneak into his room at night and stab him to death. But I wanted to make it big and flashy so people would understand.
Y'all had enough second thoughts about this yet, or am I swimming alone?
Piffle's good. It seems like there's not that many people in there, and that this giant explosion will be a great distraction for him to go rob the jailhouse during. So Piffle thinks he's basically going to be lining his pockets however this goes. He's down. He's good. He has no ethical qualms. Of course, the Piffle ethics are basically like, does Piffle get the money or not?
Piffle's hierarchy of needs. It's just a triangle with the word Piffle in it.
Yes.
It's like Piffle in like a normal state. The other triangles.
All right.
Back to the Piffle state. Normal
Back to the
state.
Piffle.
Let's take the 70 minutes. Let's go talk as a team and figure it out. Fletcher, you'll be here, and we won't raise any alarms. We'll figure this out. We'll get what we get. You do your plan, and we'll be golden.
Perfect.
Let's
Yes.
go talk, team.
I highly recommend if you do set off an alarm, hear a guard shout, just run as far away as you can, as fast as you can.
Seems wise.
All right. I want to immediately pull the team, like as soon as we're out of earshot, into a quick, quiet huddle.
Okay.
It seems that maybe it is just Fletcher here. We could gain a lot of time and a lot of pressure, lose pressure if we find a way to incapacitate him. This will give us time to come to a better, less stressful end point. What do you all think?
If y'all go through with this, I'm going to be up there drawing people out of that place.
Yes, I don't like the thought of.
I don't know how you're gonna like. I don't know how you're gonna actually be able to do that though without tipping off
Basically,
what's
I'm
gonna
not.
happen.
There's enough ghosts walking around in this town without adding more. crimes against the living pile up, or crimes of the living pile up.
I can always suggest that he takes this plan and does it tomorrow. The perils will still be here and everything will still be good. If that fails, we can outright try to just tackle him and tie him up or something.
He has the spell. He has magic, so you have to consider that. I don't know how much magic.
Right.
But...
I mean, there would be 5v1. I think we could maybe take him out quickly if possible. As much as I would love to have the count get his just desserts, death is a bit final for some sewage backup. Although very, very.
And also, there ain't a lot of justice.
To be fair, he could have used this explosion on a fucking like sewage clog anyway.
Yeah. There ain't a lot of justice in killing whoever's in the way to get the guy who deserves it.
Right.
I reckon we can do a little better.
I think if we incapacitate Fletcher, we gain many things. Principally justice, maybe more time to line our pockets, retribution for the painting, and maybe some
Honestly,
way to also still get the count.
Honestly, if he could have just snuck in and killed him the whole time, he should have done that and then hung him out over his own manor, so making an example of him.
Right, the manor is not the piece that we should be.
No, I'm saying that's what he could have done if he could just sneak in and kill him anytime he wants.
You hear a
I don't think he's capable of that.
you hear like a small bang as like a tin pot gets kicked over by Fletcher as he's like kind of moseying around the room. Ah, damn it.
Piffle's completely lost by this ethical reasoning.
Well, Fiffle just
Kill the guy, don't kill the guy, blow up his house, don't blow up his house. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
Does he really need this much explosion? Can he just make the manor?
Consider the reputation of the Crossblades and how we will be remembered in this incident.
Mm-hmm.
I think mockery of the Count without loss of life is the best case scenario.
Oh, we're gonna look really bad
if it comes out we were involved. And we do it one better. Well, no, never mind. We definitely did find out that just blowing up the blockage would cause a collapse and probably kill a shitload more. I remember that, right, Ian?
Yep. The guy told you straight up that if anything like that wasn't done carefully would cause the street to collapse.
Okay. So yeah, we don't do that then.
So unfortunately, I think we have identified Fletcher as
an unstable, unreasonable NPC.
Nobody outside of our party is allowed to be that unhinged.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, I got a BRB again, but I think we have a decision.
I think so.
A quorum.
Do you have anything you could contribute to a silent deterrent to him?
Then I'll be back.
No.
So what have we come to? We're gonna beat
We're
Fletcher
gonna
over the head.
Fletcher, and we'll gain ourselves some time, and we'll figure out a better solution to this.
Well, Piffle's outvoted on this one.
We will
Piffle sees Fletcher as an ally, as a fellow thief.
We will still try to get our pockets full, though, for sure.
All this other stuff. So.
Like out of character, Ed would totally do this, but in character, Ed really can't do this.
It's fine.
I would totally be on Piffle's side, blow this motherfucker up, and rob everybody. It's what I would do in Skyrim.
Piffle knows that he's affiliated himself with a legitimate organization, and there are benefits that come with this affiliation, and then there are annoying ass bullshit that comes with this affiliation.
Okay, what is the fastest way to incapacitate our friend?
See that pan he just knocked over?
Yes.
Hit him with the head over it?
Hit him in the head with it. Or ask somebody who knows how to make some sort of potion. It's not me, Piffle, though. I'm much more direct.
Just throw him into Hank. Let Hank eat him. He likes blood.
Okay, I could do some detect thoughts to see if he has any inclination to know what we're talking about or doing.
Oh, he
And then,
totally does.
well, at least if he's on guard or if I can get him, and then suggest he does his plan another day, which would give us at least time.
You do actually notice Fletcher kind of like trying to get closer to like overhear you, but he's not doing a great job of it.
Any other? Let's move a bit further down. We're losing time here. He can maybe hear us. We need to figure this out.
This counts against your 70 minutes, you know.
That's why we need to take his ass out. We should be ready to fight him too, just in case he.
You
Lost.
think? This is literally like probably like a boss level encounter.
So we should be able to use Chungus to grapple him, right?
Yeah.
And thus tie him up or something. Gag him.
Chungus, you wait in the doorway.
So
Do
while
not
you
let
guys are
anything
talking,
pass you.
so like basically decide right now, or while you guys are talking, Piffle's gonna grab Chungus by the pinky finger and lead him over to what's his face and tell him to grab him.
I think we need Matt at this point too. Also.
Oh, he wandered off. That's right. Don't want to do that yet.
Okay. Does Piffle actually do that? Does he bring?
No, not yet. Wait for Matt to come back.
Hello, sorry.
No problem, Matt. They're trying to eavesdrop us, but we have deflected it. Luckily, I think.
Yeah, Fletcher heads back to the barrels.
But we need to act now, basically.
And
What would you say is the best way to incapacitate him?
Otherwise, the agent of chaos is going to act for you.
Our option right now is to have Chungus grapple him.
Fletcher gets out a torch and just lights it, just so there's some light.
Ooh, that's Fletch. with all this black powder around in this economy.
It's in a barrel. It's fine.
Well, let's try that, and if that doesn't work, just have a firebolt readied and aimed at the barrels, and make them walk away.
Everybody dies, including you, bitch.
My soul is prepared. How's yours?
All right.
Get chopped
So,
up in a boat.
what is everyone doing?
Okay.
Well, if we're doing Operation Chungus, I'll follow your lead.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts. He's in the next room. Can I see what he's thinking?
Technically, you're in the same room. But you're just like farther down.
Okay, true.
You're like probably
Well,
like good
Detect
like 30
Thoughts and
feet from
just
him.
Get a feel for what he's thinking real quick.
Yep. Go ahead. Detect thoughts. Okay. So let's see here. You can cast a spell, an action, concentration. Okay. Let's see here. When you cast a spell, and as an action each of your turns, you can focus your mind. Okay. Okay, so you actually just get the surface thoughts right away. They don't have to make a save at all. It's if you get the deeper thoughts. Okay. Okay, and if you try and go for deeper thoughts, then the person will know that you attempted to read their thoughts. Okay. Yep.
I
So
think even surface level is enough to know whether he's like on alert or if he's weary or if he's like just.
yeah,
I don't know.
getting the surface thoughts, you get two ideas. That he is not. He seems like a pretty paranoid guy, and he's a little suspicious of what you're talking about, and kind of had a thought that maybe you were on board for this. And he also is attempting to steal himself.
Well, if we're doing it, let's do it. Any Speak
Is
now
there-
or forever hold your fleece.
No coherent plan. Should I suggest him? See if it falls, and then get ready to dive for the fire.
Also, he
plan?
does in fact see you casting the detect thought spell, but it's at a distance, so he can't identify what it is.
I think this is.
We're all just like,
permission
I
to
don't
suggest.
know.
You're just like, yeah, he just sees like Lucian does like the little hand sign, like the little glowy bits. He hears like the magic come out of his mouth, but he can't identify what Lucian is necessarily doing.
It's okay, Lucian can't either.
Right?
Yeah, Lucian, if I don't know what I'm doing, they can't.
All right, let's do this.
U.S. Marines.
Permission to suggest?
Oh, go for it.
Just away.
Okay, so you're going to suggest a course of action. Can't be. Well, he is human, so that's fine. So he's going to make a Wisdom save. Let me just roll a d20, and we'll add his modifier. No. Yeah. So he just fails. So yeah. Lucian, what are you suggesting?
I just need to double check this thing because it lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yep. I mean, concentration 8 hours, so you have to keep that concentration up.
I suggest you leave this task to us, as they are on your tail, and you must run as far as you can, as quickly as possible.
Good thought. I was preparing to go out myself if you guys weren't up for it, but he hands you the torch. I leave this to you, my friend. Try and get out
Good.
safely.
Shit.
He turns on his heels and heads out up the tunnel back the way he came. You are now in a room with about 12 barrels of black powder.
Finally,
Okay.
suggestion worked for one.
You do have bad luck with it, yeah.
No, it hasn't worked once yet. All right.
Well, it sure as shit has now, and it worked. It came in clutch when it needed.
All right. Perfect.
I thought we were gonna have to fucking kill that dude. We might yet. He's probably gonna be a little testy with us when it wears off.
Yeah, Lucian,
Yeah.
make sure you maintain that concentration,
Yeah,
at least until we're out of here.
definitely. Which is on to the next phase of the plan. Now, we must evacuate the people. Should we still blow the mansion? Maybe just not kill anybody.
That sounds all right to me.
I love fire.
God, is Fiffle
Listen,
saying that randomly?
A building's just a place most of the time. I think most of the wronged dead that saw the wrong side of authority off of that gate 3 times are probably going to have a good proper laugh, and everybody will probably sleep a little better when all's said and done, if we can get them out. At least the people worth saving.
So the next question is, how do we get them out? 8 guards sounds like a tough fight. We maybe, who knows? But
Well, tell you what, you're sneak thieves. How about we sneak in and start thieving, and Kaido and Chungus, mostly Kaido, can stay here with the torch.
wait, didn't we say if it blows, then the whole shitter is shitted too?
That would be at the collapsed area, so you're basically
Yeah,
on the
no,
other side of the
if we
city.
blow up the manor, that
Okay.
should be fine. Well, fine.
Okay.
We're committing an act of terrorism.
Okay, but blowing up
It's
the
if we
manor
try
will
to
not
blow
trigger
up the
anything.
blockage.
So
we
the
can cause
plan
the
is
street
pretty
to
much, I
collapse.
think, Lucian and Biff will go in and get the people out. Kaido stays here. I don't know what me and Graham are doing.
I was gonna say Lucian and Fifth will go do their burglary. We follow them until they need a distraction.
Okay.
We go fight the guards or get the guards away by telling them there's bombs, there's not enough time. And just you guys get your heist, and we
Okay.
either have a fight against the guards or just try to lead them on a chase to get them out, or even just, hey, your shit's about to explode. And
Okay. I
the
see
guy
what you're
got
saying.
away, but we think but we couldn't stop him from,
Lighting the thing.
yeah.
Chase
And then they'll be
would
like, why didn't you
probably
put out the
be your
fuse? We're like,
best
it was a
bet.
cunning plan that I don't have time to tell you about right now.
the chase would probably be easiest.
I think so, especially because
Well,
How do
so
you
far
then
I don't have a
signal
criminal
Kaito
record
to
aside
like
from guilt
you?
by association with you guys.
I mean, try to persuade first, but if not, then the chase may be the best.
You got any ideas, Otto?
For just getting them
Getting
distracted,
the
or
people out and possibly preserving our identities?
I'm thinking. I don't know. Getting that many people out's gonna be tough.
The 8 guards, that'll be, I feel like, mostly somewhat easier. At least a chunk of them will chase you for sure. Maybe not all. The Count himself will be stubborn. The staff is going to be like, yeah, fuck that, bombs, we're out. The head butler is probably too loyal to leave the mansion, so he's going to die.
The head of the paladin, the yard is gonna be like, what the fuck, and he's gonna take people and march down there.
He's the biggest fuck all. Because he's probably really strong, too.
Oh, I am not fighting
Unless
him.
we accidentally blow him the fuck up. You know, that might work. Now that we know he's there, that could be our in. We could.
Corbridge here to send a message to.
Yeah, I
Hey,
guess I could. I guess I could.
We can literally go up to the gate and say, "Hey, super urgent! Can you tell the captain of the yard that there's been a bomb scare and we're pretty sure they're going to try to blow up the manor tonight?"
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, do you want me to do that? I guess
I would be going with you in this case. It's just
they're robbing everything.
the question is whether we can lie by omission sufficiently for that. Like, why do you know about this? Like, not because we were involved. And I don't trust the dice for that. I really don't.
Dude, this guy's like the head of the iron, whatever.
Mhm.
He's going to have some serious power and rolls and skills.
Blow him up.
Blow him up.
We definitely need to do
Easy
an
way, that's
evil
the easy
game
way.
at some point, just so I can stop being the guy between you and fun.
It's fun for me.
The only reason Graham's against this is because he knows unjust deaths cause angry ghost problems, and this place is ready to go.
Okay, what if we take this wheelbarrow with one of the barrels so that we can cause a very serious disturbance without blowing up everything, and then
Actually, yeah, could we use stealth? This is like some Payday 2 heist bullshit. Do an inverse heist where we bring in the barrels to key positions throughout the keep, and then we like drop an unlit torch in the middle of the courtyard right next to the captain of the guard and say, if we wanted to, we could have blown this whole place up, but we didn't. Consider yourself warned, Count asshole.
That's way too complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I would just blow
Fantastic,
everybody
but-
up.
Do you like the idea of an inverse Payday heist now that I think about it?
So. Like, I just don't know a story to just run up there and just be like, hey, we just heard some shady characters talking about blowing up the keep tonight.
We found evidence of a plot.
Well, then they'll need the evidence.
The evidence is there's TNT under the place right now, and there's simply no time. I'm trying to think if we can Red October this thing.
How long would it take from if we lit this up right now to run up to the keep and tell them?
10 minutes.
How long would it take to get up to keep?
You're like just 2 floors below, like in the sub basement, so it'd only take you like a minute.
My thing is, like, if we told Kaido, wait 5 minutes, light it, and then run, and then they have 5 minutes to run there, or get everybody out first and then run there.
I would I would say like the way to maximize our success would be to get everybody else out.
Graham, do you trust me?
No.
All right, yeah.
I know that
Actually-
is a complicated question.
I should.
I have
I
an
should
idea.
at least.
I have an idea, but it requires your trust.
All right, that's my insight check. Are you trustworthy?
He's a
I
cat,
am
never.
trustworthy, but I must deceive you purposefully. But you must trust me that it is not a bad deceit. It is a good deceit.
Well, we're blowing
saying
up
that-
a building tonight. if
are you
all
saying
goes
this
to plan,
openly?
So,
I'm saying this openly.
all right.
Like Otto just has this. What the fuck? Look at his face.
Okay,
Graham's wondering how life became this.
Graham, I need you to just exit the conversation, to retain your innocence for a few minutes. This way, let me explain. This way, if my plan works and they do try to see your intentions will be pure, as you will have no notion of anything else.
Well, it's a lie by omission, but that was inevitable either way at this point. So, as long as no people die at the end of this, walks away with a sigh.
That is my goal. I promise you
Is
that.
my goal.
So he walks away. Okay, let's chat without Graham.
All right, we slit every throat before the bomb goes off, so the bomb doesn't kill anybody.
Okay, you need to.
I like your plan. I like that
pretend you don't
plan.
hear this now, right?
Yeah.
This is what I say. I say we light the thing, which puts a fire under Graham's ass. He goes up to tell them, and if they check if he's lying, he will fucking say that he is not because he saw it lit. But then we stop it after he leaves to go convince them. And then we go to Mach 2 of the plan, which I haven't figured out yet, but that would make it so it would be likely they may believe him that there is a bomb and could potentially work. We have the second man, maybe Piffle, hiding in the shadows, seeing the reaction of the guard and whatever. At worst, we tell Graham to run if they don't believe him. That gets rid of some people. At best, they believe him, exit the building, we get the signal and blow it. Plan C may need to be a tertiary part. What do you guys think?
Out of character, that's fucking brilliant, and I love it. Graham, you've got a job to do.
Right? But all Graham is gonna see, all Graham is gonna see is like us fucking lighting that shit and just being like, well, fuck him. He's like, oh
Not
shit.
even that, just like, well.
All right.
Sure.
That is actually brilliant.
All right. Well, Lucien, you're assuming taking point in this one. So you have a lit torch in your hand. You have a wick stuck into one of the barrels of gunpowder.
Otto, I just want to confirm. Are you good with this?
Hey, take me through it one more time.
Okay, so this is what I think. We let Graham think that we decided, fuck it, let's blow these motherfuckers up.
Okay.
In fact, we have not. But he will see us light it and think that he has 10 minutes. That way, if they try to see if he is up to anything else, he will seem honest and thusly would pass any potential checks he might have to, spells he might have to beat or anything, right? Somebody like you, Piffle, very stealthily will keep an eye on his actions from a distance and note the behavior of the guard and the people of the residence. At worst, we tell him, get as many people away as you can or draw them out. That may be a few, that may be all, who the hell knows. But you would be there to relay the information to us. We will stop this as soon as that happens, and we should try to disarm this shit so nothing happens in the meantime while we're up there. But I think this is the good first part of the plan. The second part of the plan is if he fails at persuasion and they don't believe him but give chase, that still leaves many people in the house, and that's a man down. A good man.
Why do you say like you're sacrificing
And
him?
then
We are sacrificing his power.
And then Fiffle gets to go get his retribution by robbing
And
the jail.
then I don't
So
know.
what you're saying is at no part of this plan do we actually blow up the mansion.
Yes, exactly. But we make Graham think that we are going to do that. So we light a fire under his ass.
And so he goes and gets the guards and stuff out of the mansion.
Hopefully. Or
And
everyone.
then this accomplishes.
Yeah, what's the point?
What's our goal?
Well, I'm
goal
not
is to
there,
blow
but-
up the mansion without killing anyone, right?
I thought you were gonna shut off the fuse.
Well, we'll light it, let him run, and then shut it off.
But how does the mansion
And then
go?
light it again.
But
Oh, I see what you're
we'll
saying.
do like a little like trail of black powder, you know, and then we'll stop it before it gets to the main section it needs to get to.
So once people are out, we blow the place up.
Once everyone is out and we have ransacked it, we blow it up. Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, we're ransacking it.
We should, right?
Immediately
The
back on board.
valuables.
Out of character, I think your intent to ransack the mansion for loot is going to backfire and not let you actually blow up the mansion.
Don't say that, Otto.
No, this is out of
Um,
character. Like, just consider
you're
like how
right.
much time you would have to do to ransack a mansion.
I mean, you're right.
Have you ever tried to punch a bird?
All right.
All this planning is taking so much time.
If we're gonna blow it up, just blow it up.
Just blow it up. Well, it's up to
Just
people
light
to-
it. Just light it and make
You
them
could,
run.
out of character, you could adapt the 1 hour plan with Chungus and Kaido staying down here to do the lighting, but you still do the fake Graham into running up and getting the warning started, and then you just loot once they've evacuated, and then as soon as you're done, you go and actually start the fuse again proper.
There we go.
That
Right,
sounds
yeah.
all right.
Our main
I feel
concern
like,
is still, I
feel
guess,
like the versions of things where we leave time or options of not blowing it up while we're out of communications with each other leaves a lot more chances to get caught,
That's why if you're gonna blow it up, light it right now.
which is why Piffle has been one reason Piffle's been pro just blow it up the whole time. But he's also, persuaded by looting
Money.
opportunities.
And revenge.
So if you guys think this can work, he'll go along with it.
This does leave us with an end goal we don't have the time to figure out right now in character, which is what is our story if everything works right? And they're like, all right, so tell me the whole sequence of events that led to blowing up a mansion or the mansion blowing up and how you came to have this information to warn us.
I think the crux of the
I
plan
could
is
disguise Graham now.
no, we want him to be honest. I think the crux of the plan hinges on Graham and his persuasion and what results from that first interaction. If it's empty, then we have 10 minutes. Maybe we ransack and blow it up and say fuck it. If it doesn't work, we need to go in there and fuck their shit up. Start a fire with the powder. Smoke them out.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I mean, the smoke them out is not that bad either. If we're gonna blow it anyway, a good way to get everyone out.
Can't argue with that.
Okay, so how about this? We tell Graham that we're blowing this shit up no matter what. We give him an hour to go start a fire elsewhere, away from the black powder, that will cause smoke to rise through the place, and anybody in their right mind will leave. No? Um,
It's not bad. You just got my wheels turning. We've got all this black powder. We could take a barrel
And
and
every problem looks like a nail.
we can take one of these barrels and maybe make a ring around the house, a ring around the rosy, and leaving a very obvious opening, maybe more like a horseshoe. And then they will be surrounded by fire and inclined to leave their domicile.
so black powder is pretty potent shit. I don't think we need like to make complicated rings of black powder and stuff. I think you need to take like a bag full and go down, like sneak into their storerooms or whatever, and like sprinkle some in the corners where they're keeping their boxes of shit, and light it on fire and run away. That's basically, I think, all you need to do.
You know, that's actually a good idea. Like, we can set those off as early warnings. Graham can, not knowingly, but with those explosions happening, be like, the place is going to fucking blow. The explosions go off either before, during, or after he's doing that, which makes it, oh shit, he's telling us the truth. So they get out of there. Then the thing blows up, but you've got your looting window during that. A plan comes together.
I like this. I like this.
And then Graham takes credit for it later. The Crossblades were onto this plot and almost stopped it. And when you realized that you were too late, you went and warned them and saved the day.
Or even it was one of those James Bond force you to chase me, force you to save the civilians kind of things.
Yeah.
And Graham doesn't even know what an asshole he is. Here's the hypocrisy.
All right. Let's do it.
This is fucking genius. I love this.
All right.
We'll siphon off, small amount of black powder.
Okay. Pop open one of the barrels. Just fill to the brim with black powder.
Everybody just get like a hornful or whatever those ammo bags were.
Actually, there's so much here. Let's keep some extra. How about,
Yeah,
how about
just do the
everybody
same thing.
fills up
Eat a little bit
hornful
to
or a bag
Hank.
and we just use one?
Yeah, feed a little bit to Hank so we always have a little black powder. That sounds a great idea.
I'm going to go ahead and add a little bag of black powder to my inventory.
Okay. Yeah, you have enough to get like a little bag. You probably have like, well, you do have Hank, which can fill a decent amount of space, but you probably have like 4 like small sacks that you can fill full of black powder.
I'll just do one, though. I don't use all my sacks.
Okay.
My sack?
Yeah, not a big sack, just like a little bit, but so Fiffle has 1 sack worth of it.
So we need to find a storage room now. Is that the deal? Or some room outside of?
Yeah, but we are here in the tunnel that leads into their subterranean areas, are we not?
Yeah, you're like in a sub-basement, like a long-term storage area.
All right. So people, you go start the fire sneakily wherever you can. So we let the embers start to fan. Graham will witness me and Otto trying to stop me light the fire in a scuffle, and me just lighting that shit. Otto, you tell him as you grapple me, you tell him, "Go, fly, you fool! Warn them. This thing is fucking going off." And hopefully he will.
Okay. You see Chungus go over to the open barrel and just start like giving handfuls of black powder to Hank. Here you go, Hank. Just.
Did you just make Did you honestly just make Hank as an alternative to the bag of holding, just so you could have funny conversations?
Yeah.
I thought so. Especially now that Chungus holds it.
Chungus, this isn't. Chungus, what is this? I don't like this, Chungus.
Shaggy, this isn't weed.
It's good for you, Hank. They say it gives you a pop. He puts like 4 good handfuls of it into his Hank.
Yeah, so I did grab a. No, I won't have any. Never mind.
Okay, we're all in agreement then.
All right.
I'm gonna take the torch and cast my mage hand.
Okay.
And float it over to the barrels to our 10-minute timer. Do we need to set up a timer here? Or can we assume?
It was cut for 10 minutes.
Awesome. Well, if you won't listen to me, then I'll just do it myself.
Okay.
Holy
Uh, Lucian, make a deception check.
Watch the dice give me a nat 20 here just to fuck with this brilliant idea.
You don't have to do an insight. This would be like passive insight. That being said,
luck.
okay. Uh, Graham, what's your passive insight? It's going to be identical to your passive perception.
Unfortunately, I have good wisdom. Hang on, passive. 14.
Okay. So
Though, if you do the mock fight with Otto, he could he could do the Healy thing or the buff thing for the D4.
Yeah.
you would see auto cast that because it's. But I would say if you're doing a mock fight, because you're working with auto, then you could roll with advantage on that.
Okay.
So you can roll that deception one more time.
Yeah, we'll do the mock fight.
Yeah. So you see like auto tackle Lucian.
They slap each other.
Kirk fighting the Gorn.
If I
That'll work.
Yeah. Graham, you
Yeah.
think Lucian's like legit lost his mind?
It's like, yeah, Otto's like, what are you doing? I like tackle him, and I'm like trying to stop him, and his mage chain is like floating away.
As Lade Chand, the torch touches the top of the wick, and you see it start to like slowly burn down.
Oh, I guess I'll yell at I was gonna call him Watchmaker. Oh, yeah, like grandma, like go get those people out. Stop standing around.
And he just takes off at a sprint.
Okay, so yeah, you have you're at a staircase that leads up into the manor house itself.
So like this happens, and like Lucian gets up, and we just high five.
So
Mission accomplished. Phase 1. Let's put out the wick now, if he's gone.
okay, yep, it's just a wick, nothing special about it. So you're able
Turns
to
out
just
it's one of those can't remove it wicks.
That would've
candles you
plot
can't
twist.
blow out.
It is covered in oil to make it like catch easier. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of work to put it out.
Hang on. I think what happened? Like, does anybody have cloth on them? They can just like use it to, because I feel like the oil would be incriminating.
Yeah, I can conjure a little cloth. Definitely.
He uses the incriminating oil.
I'm just trying to think about like anything that would f us over.
Definitely.
Okay. So you're gonna try and put that out by summoning a cloth. You said.
Can I summon just a pair of scissors and snip it?
Yeah, you just summon a pair of scissors. It's not that hard. You snip through and the wick, the top of the wick just falls onto the top of the barrel. But it's closed, so it's not going into like black powder.
It's closed.
Just gonna stamp that out real quick just to make sure.
You
Okay.
know, I'm going to. I feel like we should like. What's the next part of the plan?
Well, currently
Then
Graham
we'll
is
go-
running upstairs.
And
To
the next part
persuade
is
them.
the next
Piffle
part
is
is
starting a fire to help his argument. And Otto, you and I should go upstairs too and start making people exit, helping everyone leave.
Okay.
But let's see
Okay.
how Graham does.
Graham's got about a 20-second head start on you guys.
Okay.
It's actually closer to 30 to like summon the scissors and then clip it and then stamp it out. So Graham, about a minute's time passed. You get to the top of the stairs. You see a maid who's just kind of like putting some linen in a closet as she sees you like burst through this door.
Hey!
Uh,
Everyone out! This place is gonna blow!
guards! You see like 2 guards come over to Graham plus a paladin who had been accompanying Sir Gale. They just like level their spears at you. The paladin pulls at his sword. It's like, what's going on?
There's TNT barrels beneath the friggin' manor.
Okay then.
At this time, a small explosion echoes from
Hopeful.
deep in the sub-basements.
Hear like a small explosion go off. The paladin.
Graham doesn't actually know much about explosives, so he actually flinches realistically thinking that he's about to die.
With that explosion, it's pretty
Smoke
loud.
starts to emanate from like a storm grate.
Is
Yeah.
that
corner
the
of courtyard.
was that the sign to actually light the thing up now?
In
Was
Otto's
it?
mind, yes.
Oh God.
The
What did we agree on would be the sign?
I don't
to
remember
actually
what we
light
agreed
the
on. That's
fuse?
why I'm asking, like, out of character.
We're not lighting it.
honestly,
Nobody
most
will
you
do
guys
it.
would probably be cautious enough that because you didn't agree on a sign to when to relight it, you wouldn't relight it unless you all got together and agreed on it.
Yeah.
The paladin calls for Sir Gale. Graham, you are confronted by a very tall, bald man, face tattoos, kind of grayish skin, decked out in very heavy armor with a silver skull necklace around his neck, and a giant two-handed axe. Comes over to you. He's like, converses with the paladin very quickly. Sir Gale points to you. Is like, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth. I highly recommend you fail to resist it.
Graham will not resist the zone of truth.
He casts Zone of Truth. Is there explosives? Uh-huh.
I watched him light the damn wick. We got maybe 5 minutes. Can we get everybody out of this place?
All right. He points to all the guards. He points to the paladins. Evacuate everyone. We're leaving right now. Gale clamps his hand on Graham's shoulder. You're coming with me.
Alright.
The count comes in. He's about late 30s. Kind of blonde hair, slicked back, a small goatee. Dressed in very fine clothing. Rings on his hands. Gold necklace comes. What is the mini? Gale just grabs him too and just pulls him out.
Thank you.
He just leads both of you through the courtyard, out through the front gate. You see the guards bringing out like the rest of the staff. So you bring out about 20 people. One of the paladins has a small child, about maybe like 7 years old, with kind of messy blonde hair. And they just bring you out into the front. Okay. Sir Gale just takes you to the side, casts one more Zone of Truth on you. Do you fail or do you attempt to resist it?
He'll attempt to resist. Are we like outside the manor grounds or just outside the manor?
You're outside the manor grounds, like past the actual wall. Do you resist or no?
No, he'll do the thing.
Okay. Who are you?
My name's Graham. I'm with the Cross Blades.
Okay. And how did you come to know about this explosive?
There's a thief we ran into on the roads when we were getting portraits for the Count to make up some money on the travel from city that I don't have the map open for.
Tolva?
Talva?
Volva.
Uh-huh.
And we found out there's a some angry people about the sewage situation.
Mm-hmm. Is it just you or do you have compatriots?
In the Crossblades? No, we've got a
With
group.
you right now.
With me? No, I'm.
Or I should say,
what's his intent here?
did you approach... You said you brought portraits in and you came with allies, other members of the Crossblade, or at
Yes.
least... Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're in town.
And you came from down below. Are the remaining friends below as well?
Last time I saw him.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have many more questions, but for right now... How long did you say? 5 minutes?
As far as I know, max of 10, and that's assuming everything is as the guy said.
Okay. He grabs one of the guards. Go get the city guard. Start evacuating the immediate area. Get the fire brigade. And let's get... Don't you go anywhere. He points to you. I'm going to have a lot more questions for you.
Are you going to let me help get people out, or are you set?
No, I have the town guard and my paladins taking care of this. You are going to stay next to me for the immediate future. And he pulls out a steel cuff, and he puts one on his wrist, and he puts the other on your wrist.
Buddy
Yeah.
bracelet.
Cross blades, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So Gale steps back about like 30 feet. He starts ordering the guards. The guards go around the various houses and start to like pull everybody out. It's been about 10 minutes now.
Oh, so thing for Graham at least to make note of since he's up there was what's his face telling the truth? Like, is there not a lot of people around, or in like just the guards and shit, or are they? Or is like everybody still up?
Was it like a full staff or whatever?
No, you pulled out like about 20 people. It was the 8 guards, Gale and his paladins, and then the remaining of like the head butler, the count, his son, and like the other remaining staff.
Gotcha. So, like us, technically the truth, just not completely accurate to the situation at hand.
He said a dozen. You're not sure. Did he just miscalculate? But so it's been 10 minutes. The Sir Gale just goes to one of the paladins. There's been no explosion yet. I'm looking for volunteers who are going to go down and investigate the situation below, where the explosives are.
What have we been doing during those 10 minutes?
Well,
I
you
think
tell
we
me.
were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave like once you ran up, I thought.
Yeah.
Now
So-
I'm gonna go get coffee.
While this is all going on, you hear Fiffle set off the explosion.
Like my understanding, what the hell is this? Like my understanding was like once I heard the explosion, I know Fiffle was going to be an adventurous, revenge-seeking person set on loot coffers, so I was going to let him do that.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to like kind of overhear how that situation went off with
I was just going to help you bait.
Gale. I think you
Bait.
were
Yeah. My thing was I was going to help you bait Graham to run up, and I was leaving because I was going to let you guys do your thing. I didn't want to know anything about your.
yeah, but it looks like that went off perfectly. So
I'm
in
like
the
gone. I'm back on the
shadows-
streets, I guess.
Yeah, Lucy, you're like 30 seconds behind Graham.
Yep, and I went back to where we came from, so I'm like, I guess I would be on the streets.
Yeah, you went up the
So we're
tunnel.
leaving? Well, I'm still in the house. I'm saying.
Well,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
listening to-
you're an adventurous entrepreneur.
You know, I wanted to listen to how Graham's conversation went, and if it went positively, move on to the next phase, which looks like it had.
Yep. So
based
you
Blades do
off
a
that
treason.
conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
so
hear everyone start to evacuate.
So I want to just after I don't hear too much more rustling in the house, loot for maybe 5 minutes and look for Piffle in the meantime too,
Okay.
and tell Otto, you can
Otto-
loot or you can go. We're gonna
Nah.
blow this.
Otto's
motherfucker."
already gone at this point,
I'm
so it's
gone.
just
I'm
you and
like
Fiffle.
this-
Uh,
I helped you achieve what you wanted to do. I will let you do whatever extracurricular activities you wanted to do. I helped you as my friends.
I like how like half the session is trying to figure out how to get Graham to go along with this, and then the rest was just like, all right, guys, you do your thing. I'm done with my part. I'm sorry, I'm a pain in the ass.
I want to have poked a hole in one of those barrels and brought it with me as I go, so I can light it at any point and still make this thing go
Okay, you
if necessary.
get like like a little chisel, so you can pop it in the bottom without too much trouble. The barrel itself is pretty heavy though, so you're gonna have to make some athletics checks to like pull it up the stairs.
Up the stairs, true. Is that gonna work up the stairs? That's probably not gonna work.
I mean, if you lift it up, if you're able to like succeed on the athletics, you can pull it
No,
up the
I
stairs.
mean like lining the black powder so that it has a clear path to go. I don't know if that would work up and down the stairs.
Ah.
Okay.
All
that's
you
not
know is your
okay.
gut tells you maybe.
Yeah, it says maybe not. So I'm gonna go hunt for Piffle now and keep an eye out for any loot. that I might
The
find.
question is, would Chungus and Kaido come with me, or would they follow?
No, they go with you.
Nope, they're going out the street.
Yeah, they're out. I start calling through the house and the sub basements and whatnot. Piffle, all right, it's time to go. It's all working out. We gotta get the hell out of here. Grab
I just
your
want to say
shit
this
and
is the
go.
sequel to last week right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The great.
I
Well,
mean,
it's-
technically, all you got to do to get an easy end out of this is just not blow up the manor and then be like, we managed to put out the bombs.
Oh no, this manor's going down, I think. No?
Yeah, I know.
We still got to send the message, or else we're going to make an enemy out of Fletcher. We can
We've
always be
chosen
like,
the path of chaos.
there was a barbecue that night and everybody was out of the mansion. Something like that.
Yes.
The first explosion happened and they evacuated.
Yeah, so I'm on the hunt for Piffle to get us out and light the thing and get the fuck out.
Piffle is filling his pockets with anything he can find.
Okay. Fiffle, I'm assuming Lucian and Fiffle are both in the upper section of the manor now. Go ahead, Fiffle, roll investigation to see what you can find.
Okay. Come on, dice. Oh, fuck you, dice.
Aw.
Why couldn't you critically fail at least to get a better chance at a new one?
I know.
Well, so Fiffle, you don't find a lot. Like, you find like maybe a single golden candelabra on the table. You do see the portraits around, but they're up pretty high and look like they're mounted pretty solidly on the wall. You're not really able to, like, you're on a time limit, so you're not able to, like, really process what could or could be expensive beyond this candelabra.
Draw a mustache on the portrait.
I shall take one golden candelabra. And I will not draw a mustache in the portrait because, as far as I know, I'm blowing up these portraits.
Okay. So you hear Lucian calling to you.
I will head towards Lucian and I'll say, Lucian, have you found any valuables?
We'll take a quick scan around the room to see, find anything.
Go ahead and make an investigation. Yeah. You do see that there are some golden cups, the plates, and the silverware is silver. And you do see a couple of, like, you search through, like, a drawer and you see, like, a bag of money. So it contains, like, a good, like, 12 gold.
All right.
Yes, Piffle, there are some good valuables here, but we've got only a few minutes. We're going to light that thing. Everyone is clear. We need to get the fuck out.
Okay. Piffle opens up his backpack and starts chucking, like, plates and forks and knives and shit into it.
You get about, like, 4 plates and about 8 forks and knives.
I'm going back down to the basement. You should probably exit that way as well. I'm going to light it for real this time. Going to cut the wick too, because it seems like they may be coming back in to investigate, from what I can see out the windows. So haul ass as soon as you can.
Okay. Piffle just, like, throws the cutlery and stuff in his bag, and he's gonna not spend more time. He's gonna continue with Lucian.
Okay.
Don't you wish you had, like, a teleport spell?
Yeah,
So
right.
you head into the basement. Back down to the barrels of black powder.
We're going to cut the wick. We probably spent a minute or two, let's say by half.
Well, the wick's
And-
already been cut in half when you went to cut it to, like, prevent it from actually
Perfect.
catching.
Perfect. Light that motherfucker and get the fuck out of here.
Taking the torch, you light the wick. If you figure half, probably got 5 minutes.
And we skedaddle.
So, well, going back to Graham, you all, you can cover a lot of ground in 5 minutes' time. Get out back onto the street. And Graham, right as Sir Gale is just saying to the paladins, it's been 10 minutes. There's been no explosion. I'm going to look for volunteers who go down and investigate the manor house. Kaboom! And this, like, the whole thing just explodes. Like, the roof erupts out in a small mushroom cloud. Glass, wood, metal just gets thrown out into the yard across the a little bit beyond the wall, raining down. Like, a big cloud of dust just erupts over and out from the wall and just covers you. The just covers the entire area. Like, where once it was, like, nice night out, pretty clear, bit brisk. Suddenly just covered in this thick...
Momentarily day.
Yep. For a brief moment, day, and then this big cloud of dust and dirt and debris just covers over you. Your ears ring from the sound of this explosion. The rest of you have gotten out onto the street, and you are also caught in all this dust and debris as it just covers. Gale is just dragging you along. Graham, he doesn't really seem to care that you're actually still attached to him. He's just marching beyond as you're struggling to keep up with him. And he's just shouting to one of the paladins, paladin's like, "We got everyone out of the area. Everyone should be safe." And they're just so they're coughing on all this dirt.
Everybody make a constitution save.
Gale just marches everyone out of this cloud, and you do eventually get back into open air.
Stares down the cloud till it rolls back into the explosion.
Yeah, the cloud is dissipating as the wind is sweeping it away. You've noticed that housing next to here, the glass is shattered from that explosion, just the pressure. But for the most part, from what the paladin says, everyone's been evacuated. Everyone should be safe.
Well, that's a relief.
The count is making sure all of the guards. He's like, "Guards around me, please. Around me, please." Gale's just get him to safety.
So Piffle and Lucian would have emerged from a different exit, correct?
I believe you went through the tunnel back on the street exit where you first entered from.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So are we with Graham and the guards and stuff, or are we?
You're with Otto and Chungus, Kaido, and Lucian. Graham is still attached to Gale.
Is it?
Okay. So Piffle will nudge Lucian and say, "I think this is when we make our exit and go rob a jailhouse."
Yep. You see a number of the guards just pouring out the jailhouse as they are being summoned to go help with the situation.
Delightful.
The distraction you needed.
Yeah, Fiffle. Actually, it's pretty easy to just slip in through. You know where to look. There's not many guards still there, so you're able to get into the evidence room. And you find a sack of about 60 gold.
Hooray! This is clearly evidence of their crimes, and I should take it.
Yes. Your money is returned.
That would be...
And then he's going to come through the door with Graham to throw him into one of the cells there to keep him for now.
Yeah. And Graham,
There
you're
might be any
actually...
other evidence.
I'm worried about Graham.
Such as
We must
cocaine or
Pokers.
Yeah,
weapons or
you see a few...
poisons or cocaine.
Look, make an investigation.
Okay. Bet that, but I'll try.
Nah,
Come on. Wait.
it's just a room.
Aw,
Isn't Lucian with you?
I do.
Did you go with him?
Lucian did not go.
Oh.
He asked his forgiveness, but seeing Graham in shackles, his priority list has changed. He did not
Okay.
account for this, and he's plotting currently on how to extract his friend amongst
Couldn't
the
you
smoke and
like?
debris and whatever.
Piffle is now going to get himself clean and go hide out somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. Fiffle, you managed to, sneak back out with your bag of 60.
I may just take a dip in the river just so it doesn't look like I came from the explosion zone.
I mean, that might be a little more sus.
You make your way down the street. The guards, you do see guards throughout the city just passing by, but they don't give you any notice.
Chungus, grab me a guard.
Yeah,
The
one of the...
biggest one you can find.
Oh, does Lucian grab a guard on the way back?
Lucian's asking Chungus to maybe grab a guard. He's got an idea.
Uh-oh.
See one of the guard... Chungus just goes, reaches out.
We're
gonna
gonna
try
get some
and-
cherry pie.
He's going to try and grab
Those
one.
belong to us now.
Yep. Chungus just grabs the guard, lifts him up. Here you go, here you go, Lucian. The guard's just unhand me. He's just kicking.
Sorry, sir. He just wanted me to grab you. I think he has a question.
I've seen time itself die. What? He does that sometimes. Don't worry about it.
But this guard is not going anywhere.
It's a very rash plan. He's seen our faces. We must kill him.
Okay.
Chungus will crit, like Ian will do a damage roll, he'll crit, hit max damage, and actually one-shot the guard.
I'm assuming Lucian doesn't actually say that.
No. Yeah, just kidding. Chungus, I need you to give him a good bonk on the head. He's got to go to sleep.
Bonk. Guard just crumples.
Excellent. I want to take his clothing and use disguise self.
I mean, your disguise self, doesn't that also change your clothing?
Does it? We'll make it more authentic.
You know what I'm thinking here? Do you remember Final Fantasy VI, Matt, where Locke like steals the merchant's clothes and the guard's clothes? That is exactly what's happening right now.
I was thinking of the castle escape sequence from 5.
Yeah.
When you blow up the fire crystal.
Yeah.
Disguise self. You make yourself, including your clothes, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends or until you use your action to dismiss it.
Shite.
Shite.
Well, what's done is done.
You could come in with an unconscious guard like, I found this guy knocked out.
Until he comes to and tells a different story. No. Let's force feed him some alcohol in a drunken state so he doesn't know what's going on.
Jesus Christ.
What are you spraying me with? Rum.
Yeah, I want to take his clothes anyway, just for the sake of authenticity. Disguise myself as him, and then try to go get Graham under the guise of this guy and saying I'll bring him back to the jailhouse.
Okay. All right. So you see Gale taking Graham into the jailhouse. Funny enough, the one that you and Fiffle had been in earlier in the day because it's the closest.
This is coming together like the threads of a sitcom.
And then he throws Graham into a cell.
Oh, too late.
Ow.
Closes the door. Well, he doesn't throw you like hard. He just puts you in there. He's just like,
Okay.
This is for your own protection more than anything. He actually has the Count with him, and the Count's like, well, we were discussing you had a message from the Duke? And Gale just goes blank for a moment. He's like, you're right, I do. And he just grabs him by the throat, and he lifts him up and pins him against the wall. He's like, you're fixing the sewer. If you don't, I'm coming back. And then he drops him.
I think
like-
I like your way better than the thing with the kegs at TNT.
The Count just coughs. It's like, well, what am I supposed to say? With my homie, I don't care. Figure it out. It's your city. Lucian, what are you doing? You're disguising yourself as a guard?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I mistimed the timing on that. I was trying to see if I could be the one to take him to the jailhouse, but that didn't work.
Well, in this
out,
case, I
as
think you
see.
would just report back to the jailhouse and
So yeah,
get Graham out.
yeah, I'm gonna report back to the jailhouse. Although I have no information about credentials or anything, I'm going to.
Yeah, you see him like marching Graham inside.
So he's not in the cell yet, then?
No, he's in.
He's putting-
He
no,
like
he put-
marched. He marched Graham into like the actual
You
like
s-
jailhouse.
You saw
itself.
him bring Graham into the jailhouse while you were disguised, probably with the Count following him like a lost dog.
Yep.
So, Ian is asking, what did you want to do while seeing that?
I want to sneak in the jailhouse, not go in the normal way, even though I'm a guard.
Okay, so go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Maybe using the entrance Piff will use or something. Stealth roll.
If we actually just walked in the front door because everyone could just run out to help with the explosion.
You're trying to like sneak to the front, and you see like you see another guard, like one of the paladins, come. And he's like, "We need you out there to be clearing out the area, making sure no one's hurt, doing an investigation. So can you go and secure the perimeter?"
Yes, I just did my rounds.
No, everyone's on double shift. Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
And actually, hold on a second. He grabs your arm and wait a minute. He looks close to you.
Uh-oh.
Wait, is this the same guard that you like?
No, this is a paladin.
Oh,
And he
okay.
wait a minute, and he touches your cheek. He's like, wait a minute, this is fuzzy.
I suggest you take off for the evening and go have a drink for the rest of the night.
Okay, go ahead and roll your suggestion.
I think he has to do a disease.
Yeah, you're right. He does in fact have to do that. So let's do a roll. D20. No, with his modifier, he would in fact succeed.
Uh-oh.
He clamps his arm on you. He clamps his hand on you, and he pulls you into the room where Gale and Graham are, and he pushes you into one of the cells. Sir Gale, this man has disguised himself. I was able to see through his illusion. He then attempted to cast a spell on me.
Yes, well, I was very worried about my friend. I have heard of the corruption in this town and want to make sure that he wasn't getting his throat slit in a back room or something.
Appreciated. Just through the bars, he's like, ah.
Okay. You, watch them. I'm going to... No, you know what? I'm going to stay here with them. I don't trust... Well, the one on the left, pointing to Graham, seems mostly on the level. And the one on the right who casts a spell is the paladin hands up the spell book, which he has pulled from you, Lucian. Uh-huh. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And we are going to call it for here, I think. And we will pick this up next week.
Oh, they're not getting the bottom of nothing.